Hello, everyone. I was asked to answer a few questions. Well, wasn't really asked, but I did see the question. Well, I guess that's the same as being asked. I saw a couple of comments, questions that were posed uh, about my last couple of videos or video. Let's just look at it together here and address them together. Let's see. All right. So, is it by the same person? Okay. In any case, here's a comment. I have a question. Do you think eating meat is worse than sodomy? Okay. I guess just one video, but there is another comment question. Should we do the sender ritual if we don't know what we are doing? If we don't know if we are a source player? I think I remember you said that you should do the ritual if you don't know. Okay, let's see. If you don't know you're doing. Okay, so I think you should know what you're doing before you do it. Uh, that is, if you know that something is off intuitively, well, then you have to protect yourself. So, when you do these return to sender request rituals, it should always be positive. Okay, so let's just make sure people understand what I mean by positive. So the overall secret is cause no harm but take no shit. You do not want to send anyone negative energy that they did not create it. If they created the negative energy, then they are entitled to it and you can send it back to them. If they sent you dark energy of any type, uh, dark entities that are roaming around your house or have entered your aura or have managed to enter your body, when you do these return to sender, you release it, you return it, and bind it back to the people. When it's binded back to the person or people who sent them, then they have to deal with it. It is their creation, meaning that they sent it to you, so they intended it, so it has to go back to them. There's no way of undoing that. The only way they can undo their negativity is to change. If they refuse to change, that entity will be with them for as long as they refuse to change. It is not your responsibility. Not your responsibility. Um, it's not even love to just shy away from people taking responsibility and ownership for the crap they do. I've said on many occasions that if you listen to my podcast on my website, there's no way you'll come out after listening for maybe 30%. I don't know. That you will come out not submitting to love. I promise you will submit to love because love has been watered down. Love is not stupid. People call love by many names. Oh, love is blind. Love is stupid. Nah, love is not blind. Love is not stupid. Love is not weak. Love is sometimes emotional. Love is sometimes. One of my favorites is when people say tough love. Okay, you can categorize it all you want, but at the end of the day, you will change. You can be tough. You can pretend to be tough all you want. So even when you do your return to sender rituals request, knowing what you're doing just basically means that you want to release the negative energy around you or inside you that you did not create. That's all it means. You don't have to know who sent them. And Master Magician always knows that it's not necessary to know who sent them. Your use of words will be enough for the brightest part of you, the God self inside, the purest part of you inside, to take care of the rest. Your conscious mind does not have to know who casted a death spell on you. Return the freaking death spells to them. Return it to them. If it causes them to be sick, if it causes them to pass over, people, that too is love. It is much more difficult to live than to pass away. People want to play. Extraterrestrials want to play. You know what? Maybe I'll post this tomorrow. No, I'll post it today. I have 2 rituals I have to do, and then I have to hit the sack because I have to work tomorrow. I'll see if I can post it today. If it doesn't get posted today, it'll get posted tomorrow. So, but I got the questions today. In any case, no, you don't have to know what secret society members are casting spells on you. You don't have to know what family members are casting spells on you to do the return to sender and bindings rituals to them, for them to take responsibility. And always remember, choose your words very carefully. For example, I return and bind to anyone, any secret society member. If you want to be specific, that's great. I return and bind to any negative person or any person casting dark spells and or death spells on me, Agbe Benipao, and my true love, and my bloodline, who is listening to this channel right now. I return and bind the negative energy to them, and automatically block, return, and bind the negative energy to them. I combine my positive energy, my positive return to sender request with all those positive angels in the entire universe for our energies to be multiplied, for the synergetic effect, for our request to reach the highest, bigger goals for which we have come as a collective. I return and bind to all extraterrestrials, negative extraterrestrials trying to wipe out the collective. I return and bind to all negative extraterrestrials trying to wipe out the collective, aka angels in the entire universe, and bind the negative energy that they have caused in the last 300 years to any positive source player, aka angels. That is, I return and bind to any negative extraterrestrials who cast a negative energy, dark spells on any member of the collective who is not a fallen angel. Source space, source consciousness. So again, we reiterate, you do not need to know, because it is the so-called unconscious mind that is carrying this out, aka your God self. Everything is God anyway. But yeah, I don't think hopefully I answered the question. No, you don't have to know. I'm looking at the question again, the comments. You don't have to know if you're a source player. You really don't have to know if you're a source player to do this. Listen, even if you're not a source player, these extraterrestrials are working on, just wiping you out anyway. And especially if you are a source player, you know who you are. If you're making videos to expose people, you don't know why you keep doing it, chances are you are a source player. You can also want to take a look at your hand symbols. If you have a big double cross, huge, all the way from top of your hand, your palm, like I'm saying, like big, obvious sign, stars that are exploding in your hands, just something, always something. But it's not enough to know that you're a source player. A lot of source players are just like, I'm no longer impressed with most source players. When I started exposing people several years ago, I was like, who am I to, to do this? And now I'm not impressed. A lot of these source players, unfortunately, court crystals, right? This is how she's able to get a lot of people, a lot of source players on her side, and to suck them dry of their energy. A lot of source players are not doing what they're supposed to do. A lot of source players are so freaking weak. They're being attacked because they're not listening. They have religion instead of spirituality, instead of source consciousness. They've taken on limited belief systems. They lie. They eat meat. They eat flesh. How do you expect your return to sender ritual spells to work immediately if you don't have integrity, if you are lying? Even white little lies or being politically correct are things of low, lesser energy. How is it that you're going to be all powerful or more powerful, or for your return to sender rituals to really work, when you're busy being sucked dry by the karmic partner that you married? How is it that you're going to be able to do your job as a source player, as an angel, as a star seed, when you can't separate yourself from your blood, quote unquote, your blood, family, places, things, ideas that are not in your highest interests, especially family? Family, like your blood, like direct blood in this lifetime, are usually the ones that do you in. How are you going to be able to manifest in this realm and other realms if you can't get a grip on who you are? If you don't even, I don't, I was thinking today and been thinking about this for a while. I've only met another one like me, and that was several years ago. And that person was obviously an empath, a seer, but not just any seer. She was a wing seer. She had the same symbol in her hand as I did. She had an all-seeing eye in her left. I don't remember which hand she had it in, but she had it in her hand. An all-seeing eye with a huge double cross, and I had never seen both symbols. But yet, she's older than I am, 50-something years old, I'm sure, and she's still eating meat. Still eating meat. Still putting chemicals, not just meat, but chemicals in her body. Ordering out. How do you expect to get your job done when you're weak like that? When you put negativity in your body, you engage in things like that, you're not going to be able to protect yourself as well as you should. You're not going to be much use to us as the collective. And the collective right now, as I've talked about before, is being heavily attacked. You know what? I was making a video, and I was going to go into, I'll just wait. I'll wait. So, I would say, even if you're not a source player, you should make one change in your life. One change. Let's say you decide that you're going to stop lying to people or stop pleasing people, even if it hurts, even if they are upset. That's huge. Let's say you're still eating meat, but you decide to stop lying. That's huge. It's not rocket science. It's just like take the next step. Take a step to raise your frequency, to raise your vibration, and you can't be touched. Well, if you're touched, it's going to be very difficult because most people are engaged in these things. They're engaged in lies, not just lies, but a lot of these negative things, or a lot of these low frequency things. But if you're a step above them, it's going to be very, very almost impossible for them to touch you. And so at that point, that's when you really begin on releasing all the negativity that others have thrown at you and those that you have put in your own body, especially the dark entities that sneaked in when you're drinking too much, when this person cast a spell on you, when your twin flame decided to be a psychotic bitch or something like that. I don't know. I've seen quite a few of such cases. Um, so, even if you're not a source player, I would do it anyway. If you're not a source player, or an angel, or a starseed, or whatever you want to call yourself, you just have to decide if you've made a change in your life, whether it's diet, morals, you have, from that moment, you have to keep improving. Even if you relapse, that is your ticket to be able to feel confident that if you do these rituals, they will be successful. Now, let me just reiterate how fast these rituals work depends on how bright your light is, how moral you are. Meaning, do you lie? Do you try to please people too much? Do you have integrity? Are you trying to minimize the killing of other beings? For example, have you given up meat? I mean, listen, people. Those are just examples. You're not in heaven. You're not going to be 100%. I mean, like, even plants have light. So, in any case, pretty sure I talked quite a bit here. So that's all I wanted to say. Basically, hopefully I answered all the questions. Oh, there was another question. Do you eating meat is worse than sodomy? I don't know, man. I would not engage in either. So I don't. I've been thinking about that question since I read it this afternoon. So eating meat versus sodomy. Well, okay, I don't know. I wouldn't engage in either. Source speed, source consciousness. Okay, let's stop this.